Hello, travelers, and welcome to the Horror Green Book, the channel that takes you from coast to coast and con to con. I am your travel guide, Brendan, and welcome to our second Disgraceful Double Features live watch party here on the channel in the Scary Sanctuary. Hey, what's going on, Bumper? How's it going, buddy? Hopefully everything's going good, brother. And we will be starting off with the film that you chose, An American Werewolf in Paris. That one's always a doozy to watch. Very enjoyable for sure. Hey, we got Vero in the house. What's going on, Vero? We got Horror Complex in the house. What's going on, y'all? Glad to have y'all here. And like we'll always do, we'll start and let everyone flow in. We got Tony in the house. Hey, y'all are pretty efficient tonight, man. All right, cool. So we'll probably go ahead and get started. Let's just say in another 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 6 minutes. What's everyone up to tonight? Hey, we got Donovan in the house. Happy Toys and Collectibles. Yeah, I'm glad that Tuesday is here upon us. We can hang out again. Last night was fun. We are doing, something a little bit different on the channel. And speaking of Tony, we have the Poultrygeist showing going on right after An American Werewolf in Paris. So that's going to be fun. Oh, man. Yeah, I get you, Tony. Hey, man. Yeah, it's a great night, guys, for some disgraceful double feature fun. Speaking of, I exchanged a couple of messages with Vero on the Discord, and she has some very interesting selections to choose from for next week's Disgraceful Double Features live watch party. I'm not going to spoil her possible film choices, but we have a few more days for everyone to basically, um, choose what films they'll like. As me and Vero talked about, there are a ton of films on Tubi, and that's why I wanted to give, when everyone has their turn to select, to have a few nights to actually just go through and not feel pressured to, immediately get back on, get back to me in regards to what their film's going to be. You put the link for the stream in the Discord. Hey, I appreciate that, Horror Complex. Thank you so much. She's working on it. She's got some top contenders. She does. She has some heavy hitters. She has some. She really understood the assignment. That's for sure. So, needless to say, whatever Vero picks, we're gonna have fun with it, guys. Actually, I will say definitely two out of the three that she mentioned, I would have actually chosen myself for live watch parties for the channel for future ones if they haven't been chosen by one of you all for the Tuesday live watch parties. Uh, Donovan says, I watched the trailer for Poultrygeist today. It looks like a good one. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking out Poultrygeist, guys. Like, I've never seen it. And being able to catch a film that you've never seen before with your friends is, it makes it a million times better. So I'm glad that you guys are definitely here. Let's see, do I do any movies? What do you mean as far as like do I do any reviews? Do I actually like make any movies or things of that nature? Elaborate a little bit for me, Horror Complex, just so I can answer it as best as I can for you. But definitely do horror movie reviews. I'm waiting on a few good titles to come out that I've been keeping my eye out on to talk about on the channel. And also in regards to possibly doing movies, there have been some stories that I've had in my mind, and I definitely wouldn't mind um, getting together with the directors, people that do special effects, things like that, to possibly bring some fun stuff together. Oh, like any movies for the stream? Okay, yeah. Well, in regards to Monday, it's definitely horror based, but for the disgraceful double features, you can basically choose any film that makes you think of like B movies, cult films, schlocky. Think like Trauma. Think Full Moon. Think about that. What is the name of that production company, guys? That whenever there's a blockbuster film, they release like a really cheaply made one that's similar enough for grandparents to confuse with the blockbuster and make enough money off of that. Is it Asylum? I think it's Asylum, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you could definitely do TCM. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Titanic too, Anthony. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, yeah, you can always do TCM too. Yeah, that's cult classic. A little bit of exploitation. I mean, it's never a bad time for TCM. So yeah, man, like keep that in mind. Like I said, everyone's gonna get their chance to pick films for sure. So stick with me, guys, and you will never know the week that you will be called upon. In order to be called upon for the upcoming stream for that week, just be in attendance for a Monday live watch party, and I'll see who is ever in the room, and I'll say, hey, it's time for you to choose the film for next week. So yeah, Titanic 2 bumper, just the weird and wacky world. Oh man. But yeah, man. Let me see. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, Asylum. When did Asylum come out, guys? Asylum was, yeah, it came out in '97. But what are some of the crazy titles from Asylum aside from Sharknado? Everyone knows Sharknado. That was their actual hit. But yeah, Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. The Da Vinci Treasure. um, the Day the Earth Stopped. Hold Your Breath. Snakes on the Train, of course, and Transmorphers. Oh man, Asylum. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. uh, let's see. I'm convinced it was a different ship that sank in real life. Look into it. You know what? I've heard that theory, Tony. I just got an ad for a live stream. I never do. That's so crazy. Those ads. Everyone dies in the original. Oh, I love you, Jack. All right, guys. We're a little under 2 minutes before we start An American Werewolf in Paris. Hope everyone is queued up. Everyone has their drinks, has all of their goodies, snacks. What's everyone snacking on tonight? Or what did everyone have for dinner? For me, it was ribeye, loaded baked potato, and broccoli and cheese. I didn't get a chance to get to the dessert. I was running a little bit late, but those will be some late night munchies afterwards. Do I have Spirit Halloween gear? I do have a couple of Spirit Halloween shirts and a hat. Hey, I'm trying to, man. It was definitely a good meal. Got a chili verde, a wet burrito. Oh man, now you're talking, bumper. All right, guys, a little less than a minute. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a few people said they hadn't seen An American Werewolf in Paris before. If you're in here, let us know. Trash tacos, nice, nice. All right, guys. mm, mm, mm. You've seen London, not Paris, so this will be interesting. Oh, it's very interesting. Oh, it's so 90s. But it's really cool because press play, guys. It's really cool because this film gets a lot of hate, but I've always kind of enjoyed it. I've always kind of seen the goofiness of this film, but it's still fun at the same time. But I also think that with the fact that a lot of stuff with the '90s is coming around and is pretty fashionable now. Um, a lot of people are reappraising this film and they're coming around to kind of getting it. You're still trying to find it on Blu-ray. Oh man, so is it super hard to find on Blu-ray, or is it like super rare? I haven't looked into it because I know sometimes they'll put out like a super rare issue of a Blu-ray, and then next thing you know, you're just like, all right, well, we need more. Oh, you have to buy a burned copy. Ah, boo. But I get that though. Hopefully they'll come out with a cool Blu-ray or 4K one. But this was a fun one though. But thanks again, everyone, for joining us tonight. Like I'm really digging the live watch parties, and I really want to do more and more live stream based stuff too on the channel, especially when I'm not like at a convention or traveling. Just makes it a bit more fun hanging out with y'all. Yeah, last night was pretty fun. Yeah, you would think that Walmart would actually be releasing the Blu-rays for something like this. They've been doing it for a lot of stuff recently. For like, even I remember Valentine's Day last year, they came out with a few ones, and then of course around Halloween. Yeah, but these are getting more and more fun, guys. Uh oh. I mean, the opera would be going on right now where I'm trying to scream for my life. Yeah, that sucks, Tony. Still need a replacement for the hip. Oh man, still dealing with my broken arm. Been a pain to get to the specialist. So with the hip, has it always been something you've been dealing with, Tony? Now I know with like a lot of drummers, sometimes deal with a lot of back and hip issues and things of that nature. Or is it like an old injury? Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. As long as we're alive in here, hanging out with family. Oh, okay, I feel that. Daredevil tour. I mean, if you can't go out and travel Europe with your Daredevil tour shirt, I mean, where else could you do it? Don't judge me. I love how these movies all kind of like have the same setup, and it never fails because it's so believable. Like it's just so 90s. Like the Unk necklace, the way she's dressed. You got to put a little bit of flannel in there. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the bungee jumping part. Okay, and not only that, that's very 90s in itself. Extreme. It makes me think of like the extreme guys from Harold and Kumar. Yeah, makes me want to watch that show. I love the 90s. The Trans World video, I'm going to actually start working on it tomorrow. I decided I was going to just take yesterday and today to rest up with dealing with the con crud, but thankfully today, I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm assuming that I will go ahead and get it completed tomorrow, and I'll have it up on the site for you guys. I would hope by the afternoon tomorrow. Oh, no problem at all, Vero. And I appreciate your support. Another cool thing I like about this one though is they really get straight to the point with this film. It doesn't get long. It doesn't take long um, for them to just get right into the plot. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of driving and a lot of going from point A to point B, especially when it's like a convention or an event that you're not familiar with. So it's a lot of anxiety around like, all right, am I going to find parking? Um, is everything going to go right with the hotel? And then not only that, but it's like, okay, am I going to have a comfy bed? I did not have a comfortable bed for this past trans world experience, but I mean, it's all a part of the fun of everything. Oh man, that green screen is so apparent. Oh, and Tony, I meant to say, I saw Another State of Mind today. It was a very good documentary, brother. Yeah, I was able to catch it this afternoon. Do I normally drive out to conventions or fly? Well, it really depends on how close it is. If it's, let's just say, within Texas or Oklahoma, generally I'll drive to it. But simply because Missouri isn't too far of a drive, that's about the furthest I'm willing to drive. About 9 hours at in one session. Now, I will drive to like Lexington, Kentucky, or to Knoxville, Tennessee for CreepyCon because the airports there are a bit smaller and the price for tickets are very expensive. So generally, I'll just stop in Memphis and see family for a day, and then continue on my way to the convention. But other than that, generally I fly. Yeah, man, no problem, man. I really enjoy you guys' recommendations. Like I really take into account you guys' tastes. So if you feel there's a film that I may enjoy or things like that, you know, feel free to shout them out in the chat. And also, that's why I wanted to give you guys more autonomy on the channel as far as choosing fun films for us to watch together. I mean, it's just kind of like that cool time we were hanging out as kids with our friends, and we're just like, all right, my mom said we could rent, 3 movies. I'm gonna pick one, and you two pick the other two, and we're just gonna have fun with it. You were just thinking about the green screen, yeah. And it's crazy because in the '90s we were just like, oh well, this is totally not Paris right now, but it looks good, you know. But now we totally see all the strings. Like never in my wildest thoughts, when I was a kid, just imagine that I could be capable of the same technology on my live stream. Like all I need is a green screen in the back, and I can put all types of crazy backgrounds. Oh man! But whenever I see effects like this, it makes me very thankful to know that these are stepping stones. This leads to us being able to have like films like Dune nowadays. And Dune looks absolutely fantastic. I got your shoe. I'm a single dude, so I'm always by myself at night, bored out of my mind. So I appreciate hanging out with y'all. Hey, glad you're here, Tony. Oh, just reached the first ad for tonight. I got LifeLock. Yeah, of course, like always, guys. If you have any need for a timestamp, just ask. So, where do you guys stand on the battle between werewolves and vampires? Are you more Lycan or are you more vampire? I'm curious. I've always really enjoyed the vampires, but uh, you just know the werewolves know how to party. Like you just know the werewolves are having a lot of fun. Oh, I got a hilarious Hibbs commercial. Oh yeah, so I got a slightly spicy commercial. Got to go vamps. When I was in fifth grade, I was convinced we'd find out they were real. Man, that would make my life if I found out that vampires were real. Speaking of which, that reminds me of a film we may actually do one day on the live watch party that I may pick out. Very cool vampire faux documentary. You like them both, but vampires transform with less pain involved. Yeah. Plus, if you're a Lycan, you can have a litter of pups. Yeah, true. All right, guys, just came back, and I am at 11 minutes and 54 seconds. If anyone's wondering, yeah, you just had a crazy concussion. Oh, that's such a '90s hill. Do you guys remember the short run series in the '80s called Werewolf? Yeah, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, not you. Literally had to have been a fan of USA to know about Werewolf. Like for real, there's no way someone was stumbling upon that show. You had to have been glued to USA. USA has like so many cool things. How many of you guys remember Night Flight or what was the other show? What is it? USA Commando or Captain Commando? It was something, whichever. Hold on. USA Cartoon Express. Yes, yes. Those are good ones. Oh yeah. Might as well be walking on the sun. Let me see. So you remember Rhonda Bumper? Yeah, it's hard not to remember her. Hey, what's going on, Josh? We got Papa Goss in the house, y'all. Yeah, man. We're trying to keep the stream parties going on. So far, we're going with Mondays and Tuesdays. Granted, unless something delays me and I, push one to Wednesday or something like that. But I'll let you guys know well in advance. Glad you're coming in, though. It's a pretty impressive camera work there. You gotta at least give them that. I think I found your shoe. And then, boop. Yeah, for real. Oklahoma's just chaotic with the weather. You remember seeing this in the theater? I didn't see this in the theater, but I do remember seeing this when I rented it. Yeah, you're right. That was a heart, right, Bumper? I mean, hey, it's a good fatty, or not fatty, a good thick, hefty piece. Man, those houses in France, they just have a just built-in creepiness to them with the just entire just ancient look to them. You feel, man, the winds are crazy out here in where I am in Texas. It's been super windy all day. Hey, I appreciate that, Josh. Yes, press the like button, please, everyone. Smash that like button. I mean, he went through all of that hell to retrieve a shoe. Windy in Vegas too. Yeah, tornadoes are definitely something that's always entirely possible around this time of year. We are at 17 minutes and 10 seconds, Tony. So we can take care of all this. Yes, knocking on wood for sure, Josh. Definitely don't need anything like that. I've had a couple of close calls myself. Like when the sirens come on, The sky gets really, really dark out of nowhere. You're just like, oh yeah, I need to take cover. So broke your outside umbrella and the sky was hazy, Vero. This weather's been crazy right now. Most of your family is from Durant, and all of them have underground shelters. Yeah, it's funny because I live down the street from an underground shelter business. So every time I pass by them, I see all the new shelters that they have for people to take advantage of. Wow. So you saw a lightning hit a few years ago here, like a mile away. Turns out some football at the high school got hit, like a football player. Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's something I really hope to never experience. That's definitely one of those experiences where you're just like, ooh. I was watching one video. Gosh, this was not too long ago, and this guy was walking and he so happened to get hit by lightning twice. Like the first time he got hit, it knocked him out for a bit, and he immediately like got up, started to resume walking, got struck again, and it was just like, wow, what luck. Yeah, I'm like, man, that dude needed to go and play the lottery. It's like he literally defied all the odds. Right, you got a cute French girl asking you to blow a bubble. How could you not? So I'm gonna show you this nice ribbed bubble. Yeah, yeah. I love that thing you do. Yeah, the CG condom. Extremely brave soul, right, Bumper? Yeah, that thing you do is a very fun film. It's so crazy because every now and then I'll be somewhere where it's like a Target or somewhere, and you'll hear that thing you do playing, and I'm like, oh, okay. It really transcended. Like she's a lost cause. Tony says, I took French for 3 years in high school. All I know how to say is, I'm sorry, I don't understand. I ended up kicked out of that class when this chick put a pencil to my neck. And I went crazy. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. A pencil to your neck is not a fun feeling. So I probably would have been kicked out as well. I took Spanish for 3 years, and I've retained a little bit. Thankfully, when you live in like Texas, you have these reasons to at least remember what words mean and phrases and such. So that's always cool. My high school experiences, I can always remember that I was in Spanish class when 9/11 happened. So we were in the middle of a test, and this kid that was a junior just came in and was like, hey, think we were just being attacked. And we were all just like, wait, what? And that day, my whole sole focus of the day was getting Jay Z's the Blueprint CD. That was my agenda for that day. So, needless to say, I did not get that CD that day. I had to wait until the next day. But that is definitely something whenever I think of like high school language class. That's where I so happened to be when I found out when that happened. Yeah, the Blueprint was awesome. Yeah, it was the Blueprint. I picked up two CDs that weekend. Well, that week. It was the Blueprint and Fabulous's Ghetto Fabulous CD. You only know how to say the Pledge of Allegiance in French. That's all I remember from French class in middle school. Hey, that's way more French than I'll ever know, Bumper. You took French because I swore I was going to play some level of pro hockey. Hey, that was a smart plan, though. I mean, you end up in Canada somewhere. They're just like, all right, there you go. Hanging out with all the Quebecs. See hot French Canadian chicks like Maurice. I would definitely learn some French. You found out about 9/11 when your buddy called and woke you up. He was like, "What do you think?" I said it's hilarious because I thought he meant about these high school kids who thought we acted. T- totally still asleep. Like, wait, what are you talking about? Right, exactly. That's what. And then it dawns on you, like, wait a second, what are you talking about? You're not talking about those high school kids? Oh man. All right, just got through my second ad. 24 minutes exactly. Oh yeah, this dude. We we are Americans. Yeah, brother. Oh, the haircuts are atrocious. But I think that's just the fun of just looking back at times like that. Like eventually, kids are gonna get haircuts like that to be ironic. Like, oh yeah, I love the way how the '90s look. It was funny because it really made me realize how old I am. Like recently, because I was on Facebook and in this one group, someone was talking about how Target basically put up a section for like basically like goth aesthetics. So they had like boots and like certain like tops and things like that. And now it's just like, wow, that really takes me back to when grunge clothing was available in Kmart, in Kmart ads, and how that really pissed off a lot of people because there were a few people that were a bit mad. And I'm just like, oh man, you should have been there in the '90s. Your nephews were waiting at a bus stop at the end of your driveway when the 9/11 kicked off, and I couldn't believe the bad things I saw on TV that day. I remember the people. Yeah, I know. I remember we let out of Spanish class, and my next class was Algebra 2. And that's where we saw the second tower collapse. And man, I will never forget that for as long as I live. Like, it immediately, like, took me back to like hearing my grandparents talk about like Pearl Harbor and how they knew like the world was going to change as a result of that. And that's going to be something that, even as an old man, I'm going to be able to say like, hey, I saw this happen. He said, that wore me some flannels. I can't lie. Hey, flannels were definitely in right then. And you know what? It was such a 90s thing because no matter what you were into, everyone kind of like got into the flannel thing at that point. Like, grunge kids enjoyed it, but also like people that were into like West Coast hip hop got into a little bit of the flannel thing as well. And also on the East Coast, like more heavier flannels during the winter. It was just really interesting. It's totally 90s. It's like, yeah, don't let me out. Yeah, the African necklaces you can buy at the mall. Yeah, I remember those. Like the X caps. Those are always cool. I will never forget one of my favorite memories of the '90s is watching Jesse the Body Ventura on an episode of like WCW Saturday Night, and he's wearing a Malcolm X cap, and I'm just like, it doesn't get much more '90s than Jesse the Body wearing a Malcolm X cap on WCW Saturday Night. Yeah, dude, completely messed up. Yeah, I would. Jesse was definitely one of those guys I would totally enjoy meeting and having a conversation with. Like, I mean, he's one of those guys that's definitely led a very interesting life. Like, out outlaw biker, um, military man, wrestler, politician, like actor. I mean, what could this guy just not do? All right, we're about to get more '90s guys. I hope you're ready. Here we go. It's like we gotta go. Yeah, for real. He really was. Yeah, the powers that be were not gonna have the wrestlers unionizing. You guys are gonna be independent contractors forever. But yeah, Jesse was definitely one of those good dudes like that. Yeah, this is where it really gets good. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like a good like Ray slash party scene in the '90s to just get you like really pumped. Speaking of which, there's this like company that throws like blood raves like every 6 months out here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I've been meaning to actually go out there and check that out. That would be pretty fun. If I do that, I'll have to make sure to invest in the GoPro at that time because I'm definitely going near the blood. I've always wanted to be at the Blade Blood Rave. Thank goodness for that chain wallet. He's asking just so many questions. It's like, dude, just go. Like, I'm trying to help you. Yeah, exactly. Get the chain wallet, some Jinko jeans, some airwalks. That was definitely the outfit for a few of my friends back then. Club de la Luna, right? I love the club and like the slaughtered lamb in the previous one. Some pretty cool names. The Eeyore backpack from Winnie the Pooh, right? Oh my goodness, I knew so many girls with that backpack. Club of the Moon. Yeah, I know. Speaking of '90s, has anyone seen the '90s In Search of Darkness yet? I think they start with like '90 through '94. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I've heard some good things. I've seen all of the '80s In Search of Darkness, but I'm interested to see what titles they selected for the '90s. Yeah, they're very creepy transformations. It's pretty tastefully done though, and this is a reason why I never really understood the hate that a lot of people give this movie. Griffin Dunn will be at Mad Monster Party in Arizona this year. Nice, nice. Yeah, Griffin's very cool. Oh, not the furry. Oh no, the furry did not harm anybody. You have not, but definitely want to check it out. Yeah, it's a fun documentary. I really enjoyed the '80s one. And they had some really good selections. A really good mix of choosing known titles and a few more obscure titles that some people may not have heard or may have just slipped a little bit under their radar. And I'm assuming they're going to do the same with the '90s one. So I have some very high hopes for that. Yeah, it's so hard to replicate the '90s one. So I love the fact that they went in a completely different direction. Yeah, I love the underworld ones, and then we get plenty of Kate Beckinsale. Definitely love me some Kate. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Lycans in Underworld, and then not only that, but Underworld just was a whole lot better than I ever expected it to be. Like I remember when it came to theaters, I was just like, oh, okay, well, and then it came out in I think no, actually, how I came out and saw it was I pirated it, and I'm like, you know what, this is way better than this has any right to be. And then who would have thought that they would definitely just release so many other films afterwards? Oh, nice. All right, I see where you're going, Bumper. I see exactly where you're going, Bumper. I feel where you're coming from. So, yeah, almost made it. Hey, TCCK Gaming, what's going on? Hopefully you're doing good, bro. Glad to have you in. If you need a timestamp, we're at 36 minutes and 22 seconds. You've been to the bridge from Silver Bullet where Marty shoots the eye out. Oh man, I love Silver Bullet. Like definitely a very underrated Stephen King adaptation. Hey, no worries on being late. You're working on a project, okay? Hey, no worries at all. Glad to have you here. What kind of project are you working on? You got something going on for school? Yeah, yeah, it's in North Carolina. That's because that was a De Laurentiis film, right? It's so crazy. Like whatever, like I think of Dino De Laurentiis, I can't help but think of Giada at the same time. Working on a fast-paced shooter game. Oh no, that's dope. Yeah, fast-paced, huh? All right. Hopefully, it's coming along well, man. How long you been working on it, TCCK? I can't remember, but so much stuff is filmed there. It's like the East Coast Hollywood. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's the one actress I would love to be at a con. I saw she did one like 9 years ago before she moved to South America. She has a farm of animals down there she takes care of. But I like, oh man, yeah, Oh man, Beowulf is so good. Now, I was so skeptical for Beowulf when it first came out, and I ended up catching it with friends on Showtime. And I've always loved the story of Beowulf from like high school. Had a very cool English lit teacher, and I think Beowulf was one of those standout stories that we read. And I love how they kept it pretty faithful to the story, but also added some changes to make some things pretty more enjoyable for modern audiences. Yeah, had the Highlander guy in it. Yeah. Um, my buddy's wife is named Grendel after the book. Oh wow, that's an awesome name to have, Grendel. That's a badass name. That's where you. That's like that's a woman that you know not to mess with. Yeah, Christopher Lambert. Oh, she's cray. Yeah, I I just know like whenever you name your kids certain names, it could definitely be a self fulfilling prophecy. And naming your daughter Grendel, you know she's going to be feral. She's going to be absolutely unhinged. She's listening to like some French rap. It's like French, but they're rapping in English. Yeah, I know. It's like, but then again, that's just like, all right, maybe that's some crazy European specs or something over there. I was named after a prince. Some romance novel my mom read when she was pregnant with you. I get that with my dad being a huge sports fan. He was watching a golf tourney, and it was set in some town in Ireland named Brendan. And he was like, I like that name. So it's so crazy that every now and then I'll come across an Irishman or Englishman that knows it's an Irish name. It's like, oh, it's a very Irish name of you. And I'm like, yeah, you can thank my dad for that. Yeah, for real. Yeah, exactly. Like Phil Lynott doing the old school Janet Jackson boob hold. You were named after your grandpa who died right before you were born and shot a lady from just walking in his house. So, word to self: never trespass on Tony's property. Oh man. Say I put a sign up that said no soliciting. I didn't care to hear your spiel about the encyclopedias, lady. uh, Crazy drunk Mexican guy. Yeah, that was a bad dream. All right, pretty bad. Right, no soliciting. I ponder the same whenever I get someone ringing my doorbell when I have a huge sign that clearly says no soliciting. They're just like, hey, could I interest you in talking about um solar radars, solar panels, and this and that? And I'm just like, dude, not right now. Now, if you're soliciting horror VHS or like some vintage like horror magazines or something like that, you picked the right house. This is such a fun nod to the original as well. Yeah, or RC cars. Yeah, I'm all for it. Like if it's something horror related by any chance, I'm like, you know what? Come on in. Share with me the gospel of horror. It may be a hereditary, no, not hereditary, heretic situation where I just may not let him go after that. Invite him in, cook him a meal. They really did have the best trailers. I mean, perfect way of getting you like in the mood for the upcoming films. And I enjoyed watching those trailers before on VHS. It's like, you know what? I do want to see some Suburban Commando right now. That dude is so Euro trash. Like he totally has the Euro trash look. But it's actually pretty cool though. Like if you really look at it, this film had to have inspired Hostel in some way. There are some bits and pieces of this where you're just like, okay, Eli had to have seen some of this and like, okay, I'll add this a little bit. Yeah, after the movie, yeah, now those were fun. or the ones that are cool enough to include like a behind the scenes featurette after the movie. Yeah, Commando was so great. Yeah, Bill Duke. Oh man. Hey man, if you want to get something signed, man, you have my address, man. Or just let me know if you want like a 8 by 10 or 11 by 17 signed or something. I'd be more than happy to. Yeah, it does look less cheap. It's like they definitely, sacrificed cost when it comes to certain things, but I think they did a well enough job. So yeah, this dude's definitely been smoking. It's like, yep, now I'm getting disoriented. Yeah, lots of moving camera angles. Yeah, they were definitely flowing with the camera. Like there's some style there. But I think if let's just say if this was named something else, I don't think it would receive anywhere near as much hate as it currently gets from a lot of people. There's three people from Abigail there, so I'll have to send you my poster for those for sure, and I'll send the cash for the autos and the JSA certificate when you're there. Okay, yeah, yeah, no problem at all, Bumper. I got you, brother. And that is no problem at all. I'll be very happy to. That dude looks like Vincent D'Onofrio's like very sketchy cousin. Since I agree. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's a very sweet girl. I got her autograph for my buddy Dave. I swear she looks the same, right? She was always super cute. Oh yeah, you got Kevin from last year. Yeah, Kevin's so cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully um me Melissa again and Amy. Yeah, yeah. Especially with her being young and living abroad. It definitely makes it very hard. So yeah, man, I'd be very happy to. Yeah, she's a very sweet girl, very very sweet girl. I love how she's really embracing the fans that came out to support her because when I met her last year, it was her first convention, and she was really really taken in by that, and I think her dad was a bit surprised as well with the amount of fans that showed up for her and how enthusiastic they were because you had whole families coming in because with Abigail it's a film that the whole family can enjoy and you know, you had like little bitty kids that are like maybe like 6 or 7 years old taking pictures with her, and that was just like so cool. Yeah, you can't travel to Ireland, plus you get to meet all three of them for free. Yeah, hey, I'm all here for it. Yeah, man. As definitely a major plus. They have some good wound makeup on him. He looks very Pascal from Pet Cemetery. Is very Pet Cemetery. His look. Okay, I'm glad you see it too, Tony. I'm sure the vendors there would be amazing too. I bought two posters from one artist there, and they are absolutely amazing. One is Frankenstein, and the Bride on the other side. Yeah, I love the vendors that come out to Frightmare, um, mainly because it's one of the few cases where I don't have to worry about like sending stuff back through FedEx or trying to squeeze things into my luggage. It's just like, all right, well, I can pack the car down with as much crap as possible, make my way back. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a big party. We're like 2.5 months away from Frightmare. Um, I'm a little bit close, like a week and a half away from, let me see, week and a half, almost 2 weeks away from Horror Hound. That's going to be fun. And then, if I'm lucky, I will be going to Still City Con. So, keeping fingers crossed that everything will work out for that. Yeah, yeah, uh huh. American Werewolf in London add on there. Yeah, with the corpse. Yeah. Hey, we got Ghostface in the house. What's going on, Ghostface? Welcome, welcome. And I just got another ad, guys. Hey, glad you're here, Ghosty. Have you been thinking about what movie you're going to have for next week? Me and Vero have been chatting, and she's narrowing down her selections. Hey, we're glad you're here, Ghostface. So, late is just as good as on time, just as long as you're here. All right, let's see. I just got a cool ad for Daredevil. I can't wait to see that, though. I was a huge fan of the Daredevil Netflix series. All right, 52:39 seconds. Okay, cool, cool. I'll send you an ad and a message as well on Discord, just so that it makes it easier for you to reach out to me. Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you've been thinking about as far as your selection. Oh, you're welcome. We're going to Jim Morrison's grave. All right, I'm pretty sure that's a set. I mean, but then again, if they were able to actually use Jim Morrison's grave, that would be so surprising. Drinking wine out of another 90s shoe. All right. We are at 53 minutes and 52 seconds, Ghostface. And we're watching American Werewolf in Paris right now. Right after this will be Poultrygeist. Uh oh. That's what I was thinking because I mean that's always been such a very popular grave for people to come visit, and just the fact that it's just so in the open like that, I would imagine that they would possibly move it or make it a bit harder for fans to reach it. Also reminds me of like the Oscar Wilde grave and a few other like super popular ones that people go see. Yeah, fans could definitely make it hard. Yeah, I remember when the Grims went there, and I saw their latest one in Italy at the cemetery. That was a very dope one. I love European cemeteries. Like it's just something about the combination of the way they're designed and the sheer age of them just makes it so beautiful. You went to Billy the Kid's grave. That was a big deal. And you know what? That's another grave that I think of when I think of like very notable graves. And then which one, because there's a couple of different Billy the Kid graves. So it's just like, all right, is this the real one? Is that the real one? I've been to I've been to a couple of the reported Robert Johnson grave sites because they're not too far away from Memphis. But I've actually been to the actual real one because there was a little bit of a debate about which one was the real one because there were records about two different churches that it could have been where he was buried at, and thankfully over the last few years, they've actually figured out where Robert Johnson is buried. I would love to see Michael and Jessica do a cool Robert Johnson grave story. That would be super dope. Speaking of American Werewolves, I just got the NECA figure of Jack and David signed by Rick Baker. Ooh, now that's nice. If you're familiar with Dark Delicacies, that's where I got it. They're having a retirement sale. Yeah, I've been to Dark Delicacies when I went out to California last year. Very nice store. I really really like that store. Okay, you went to the main one. Okay, yeah, yeah, I know the one you're talking about, Tony. I would love to go see that one. Barbara says I've only seen Randy Rosegrave and Sam Bernardino. We'd love to visit George Romero. Yeah, George is high on my list. I would love to see George. Next time I go to Orlando, I want to see Dwayne Jones's grave. I mean, that's the next best thing for me. For the celebrities that I wasn't able to meet in life, I would love to go visit their grave. Like, there's no excuse for me not to see, Tony Todd's grave, or, eventually see, all these other celebrities that I've known and love, like Gunnar Hansen, or, some of these people. Ask them, they might. Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll reach out to them. I mean, I think that would be a very cool video, and with their like filming style, I think it would be cool for them to go to like both of the purported graves and go to where the reported crossroads are, and it would be a very cool, fun story that I think Michael and Jessica would do a lot of justice to. You want that NECA Jaws game reissue? Yeah, yeah, that one's pretty cool. You practically grew up in Dark Delicacies, been going since I was a baby. I'm going to miss them. Yeah, that's really sad. I really hate the fact that I was only able to see the store once, but it was definitely an honor to go in there and check it out and put it on the vlog. Like I've never even put that video up, so maybe that'll be something I should actually eventually put up as a some bonus content for you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful store, and I really love that area. Also, you love the Delta Blues. Oh, that's dope, Tony. Man, I'm gonna have to get you to come out to Memphis then, man. I have some spots to take you to that you'd enjoy. I mean, cheap big ass beers, Delta Blues, loose women with loose morals. Hollywood Cemetery is yeah. I totally would do Hollywood Cemetery. I want to go during when they show like the filmings, like for premieres for movies or just showings for particular films. I love when they did like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre screening there. That must have been a very cool experience. All right, cool, cool. I'll keep that in mind, Tony. Yeah, I'm a bit sad that I didn't have as much time as I'd like to have when I was in St. Louis because they had a National Blues Museum like right next door to the venue that Transworld was being held. I'm just like, oh man, I would totally love to go through there and just vibe and just go through there because being from that area, I have a hefty and healthy respect for all types of different regional blues. I love Memphis blues, Delta blues, Chicago blues, St. Louis blues, Texas blues, like, and they're all distinctly different from each other. So I would have loved to have seen how they would lay out that particular museum. You be into that ghost face? Hey, that's dope. We're gonna have to do something like that sometime. We're gonna have to do like some sort of cool like group meetup. Yeah, yeah. I would definitely enjoy that, Bubber. One of these days, for sure. That's the aim, and that's why I'm keeping at it. One event at a time, one post at a time, one live stream at a time. Just hanging out with you, cool travelers. I have a. I need to reach out to a few of the Dallas creators and see if I could get put on some of their lists because they get invited to some premieres here and there that are local. So I need to just get over the shyness and just reach out to them and try to get some advice. I'm going to keep that in mind, Ghostface. Let's see. Bumper says, I know all the people they said have over 2,500 subscribers. We're getting close. We're getting there. We're getting close, guys. We're grinding away. And I've been hearing a bit of a theory as well that with a lot of channels, getting that first 2,500 is the gauntlet. And then after that, you've reached that threshold. Things in regards to the algorithm, get pushed out a little bit easier for you. So I'm hoping that is the case. The algorithm can be a very cruel mistress at times, but I post for the fun, and I know that she's gonna get everything out to the people that are gonna really dig it. So I feel like if every video just grabs at least one person that will want to stick around, then it's all worth it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is our 100%. The blues is very distinct, very American. Yeah, I've met the Grims and Tampa J already. Yeah, I know. So I'm definitely gonna reach out and get some good advice. Oh yeah, I've met Sean a few times now. Every time I see him and he's not busy with talking to someone or tending to one of the client's needs, I try to stop him and chop it up with him for a couple minutes. He is very nice, and that's just really really cool. And one of the things I really enjoy about him is the fact that he does remember all of the clients that he's represented, and he tries to memorialize them, especially the ones that have passed on. Post certain memories like, hey, this is this person's birthday. I just wanted to post some pictures, let them know I'm thinking about them, and how awesome they were as a person. That's really really cool. He does amazing location vids. Little did I know when I was first watching the Never Sleep Again documentary, like all those years ago, like my goodness, so long ago, that I would eventually meet Sean and cross paths with him many times and do something just vaguely similar to what he does. I know I'm nowhere near the same level as what Sean or Michael and Jessica do, but they are incredible inspirations, and they definitely are that drive. And it's really cool because as someone that's a music fan and someone that's like a wrestling fan, it just really reminds me of like how that's the whole art of this thing is people inspiring people and people taking those things that they were inspired by and pushing it on to the next generation so that they can be inspired by or someone else will be inspired by. Like how like one of my favorite things is like the DNA for certain musicians. Like, okay, he was inspired by this artist and that artist was inspired by this artist. That artist was inspired by this artist. And you can do the same thing with wrestling, like who they were trained by. Because everyone was trained by someone. So you have these cool lineages. So I'm cool. It's cool to say that I'm kind of in a line of YouTube lineage in a way. Yep, yep. Hey, I appreciate that, Bubber. That really means a lot to me. Like you guys showing your support is major, and it lets me know that I'm doing something right, and I'm just trying to get better. Bit by bit, every video by video. Let's see. Tony says, let's see. As a musician, my goal deep down was always to get some, just to get some, get stoned. Who was just like me and my friends. Yeah, yeah. Stoked, not stoned. Okay, I got you. uh, okay, Vero says, I could definitely see you getting there. You put in the work and effort into what you do. Thank you, thank you. Like you guys' kindness is like so amazing. I know, right? We were about to speak too soon, right, Bumper? I mean, we can be stoked as well. That's cool. Like Joe Bob says, keep rolling. Gotta keep rolling, exactly. And that Joe Bob speech for that one from One Cut of the Dead, I can't tell you how inspirational that is. Like, I will refer that rant or monologue to any aspiring creator, or as Joe Bob says, fuck aspiring. You are a filmmaker. So yeah, that's like such a great speech, and I listen to that one like every so often because he's dropping major jewels in regards to people following their dreams, and making movies and doing the things that they want to do. Hey, you got to get that pain relief somehow, Tony. Right? We wouldn't have met each other without you, brother. Hey, man, I'm glad that we all could be here. We're a great community, and we're going to continue to get bigger and bigger, and have this great energy. Yeah, that is a absolutely amazing speech Joe Bob had. Like seriously, like I've watched Joe Bob since the '90s, but that particular speech, mind blowing. Like I've met more than a few people that have actually gotten around to making movies simply because of that speech that Joe Bob gave. It was like, man, and I decided I was going to do it, and I was going to send Joe Bob this movie so that he could watch it. So, and not only that, but Joe Bob's going to 100% watch it. Yeah, all of y'all are so cool, and that's why I really enjoy it, and learning all of these cool things about you all every single watch party. And then more people are going to want to, contribute in regards to being in the chats and things of that nature because they're seeing you guys, interact as well. You're not just, chatting with me, you're chatting with each other. And that's what I was hoping for. And yeah, you're right, Tony. You're right. That was hilarious. The beautiful people, the beautiful people. That's right, Bumper. You got the transformation threshold. Whenever you see like a scientific chart in movies, do you ever wonder if there's any legitimate scientific thought put into it, or if it was just someone that just wanted to make something look good on a chalkboard? I think about that often. Uh oh. Sacre bleu. I'm not sure if he's. Well, you know what? I remember he did mention on one post that he doesn't have Discord. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get him to join the Discord. Yeah, he needs to see that Danielle Harris picture. Let me see. Joe, what was the last time Joe came in? I think Joe came in last Tuesday's live watch party. He wasn't in yesterday. So it's been a week since we've seen Joe, but he did comment on something on one of the posts not too long ago. So Joe's doing good, at least for what I know. Okay, yeah, okay. You don't use anything learned in school. I was right all along. Yeah, man. Little did we know they just needed the attendance. Everything else just didn't matter. I think he's still under Joseph the Horror Guy on here, but he's definitely not in the Discord yet. I'm gonna try to see if I can get him to join. Oh yeah, they definitely got paid on the attendance, and we had truancy was really bad in Memphis. Like we had to have like different truancy officers and truancy squads out in the city because skipping was definitely a bit of a problem. But they had a really cool aesthetic for this film, like the whole French. And not only this, we gotta say there's a certain dirtiness to Paris that is very unique to it. Like everyone that I've known that has gone to Paris has said the same thing. They're just like, it's very historical, it's very nice, but at the same time, you will be surprised how dirty it is in certain places. So I'm like, yeah, they definitely got that part accurate with this film. Timestamp, we are at 1 hour 15, no, 1 hour 13 minutes and 53 seconds, Donovan. You can spend a half hour talking about the referrals you got in school. I got so much Saturday school because they always caught me skipping. I was a wild kid, but I had band practice. Well, at least you had band practice. You had a reason, right? There you go. That's an excuse right there. Yeah, I'm really thankful that I never got caught skipping. I kind of made it count, thankfully. I really didn't skip a lot of whole days, but I would skip a lot of periods to go and let's just say not be very productive. um, we had certain places that we would be at certain times and just hang out and go grab extended lunches and stuff like that, and eventually just sneak back on campus or just take half days off. Like, all right, well, it's lunch now. Just take the rest of the day off. See, bumper. I used to. Oh yeah, Saturday school. Got ISA. Yeah, yeah. I got yeah. In school suspensions were the worst. I only got in school suspension once. I got ISA for like maybe 3 days for something like incredibly stupid. My senior year in high school, and that was terrible. Oh my gosh, whoever thought of in school suspension, very devious person. It's just like, man, why can't this be like the Breakfast Club? Hey man, I miss having any beautiful hair, bumper. I totally know the feeling. It's just like, oh man, hair. It's like whenever I see my son, I'm just like, oh. So I only did school twice my whole life. Got caught both times. Oh man, that's bad luck, Tony. That is very bad luck. I have some friends that got caught in some very interesting situations while skipping. Like I had some good friends that when they skipped, they went to go skipping with their boyfriends, and let's just say they got caught by the girl's parents. Uh, um, it wasn't anything super bad yet, but let's just say they were found together in a hotel. But I mean, then again, we did stuff like that as teens. We were like getting a hotel, someone that was old enough to get a hotel for us, just so that we could like drink and party and stuff like that. So yeah, it was crazy when that happens. Yeah, I know, right? That was getting a gargle to the face right there. Yeah, I'm really thankful that I didn't get caught with skipping, because my parents would have definitely have lost it. Like for the stuff that I did as a kid, like I was a pretty good kid for the most part. I was just the type of kid that was just like, all right, if I'm gonna do some shit that know that I'm gonna get in trouble for, I'm gonna do everything I can to not get caught. Like that reminds me of a crazy story back in college. Freshman year, well, the end of freshman year, we threw like this huge party for all the students that stayed on campus. Now we were a dry campus, so no alcohol was supposed to be on campus whatsoever. even if you were 21 and up. We didn't care. So we all pitched in and bought like maybe like $200 worth of liquor and just invited all of our friends. So we made batches of like trash can punch and stuff like that. And needless to say, we eventually got busted by campus police. And where does Brendan go? Oh, I had an escape plan already launched. I made a beeline to my door, walked, well, went straight out the window and hung out at the campus store for a good 2 hours. Now my roommate, who could have been very mad at me for ditching them, it was just like, oh well, the police just came and told us to pour out all the liquor and then they just left. I'm like, oh okay, well, better safe than sorry because I did not want to do any community service whatsoever. You have to make sure you graduated. Yeah, just because I didn't spend my whole life at that point until I finished. Yeah, I feel you on that, Tony. Most definitely. Cooler than me. Yeah, it's definitely a rite of passage for sure. Yeah, you got to look at it that way. You have to look at it that way. It's like, hey, we're living life. You know, I could definitely get in trouble for this, but hey, I have some good friends, and I have some friends that still talk about that particular party every now and then because one of my good friends, who's a very respectable member of his community where he lives now, very professional at everything. I have lasting memories of him puking his guts out at my party from like really indulging in the trash can punch. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, like there's no way that I could drink some of the stuff that I drank back then. Like I was really heavy into like 211 Still Reserve back then. Like just mentioning that makes my stomach hurt. You have to repeat your senior year. Oh man, I was very close to repeating. Oh my gosh, what year was that? Maybe my junior year or my sophomore year. It was one of them. Man, I just really got off focus. Like I was just like, you know what? I got to get this together. And I literally passed by like 1 point. Like seriously. And I think that's because the teacher liked me enough to like give me that extra point. That was crazy. You almost got kicked out 5 days before graduation. Oh man, what happened with that, Tony? Yeah, 211 is very gross. Oh man, but it was one of those times where it's just like, you know what? Any alcohol is good alcohol. If I could get my hands on just any type of stuff to get me drunk, I'll take it. So there's a lot of Colt 45, Still Reserve, uh, MD 2020, Boone's Farm. Oh God, there's this one very cool old lady that owned the store down the street from college that she was notorious for never checking IDs. So you could always go to her little gas station store to grab like beer and Boone's Farm. Like the Boone's Farm was probably the strongest thing that she had at that particular gas station. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers when you're like carless and you only have a couple of bucks to your name and you're just looking to get a little drunk. Yeah, man. Oh man, bumper. That would have like killed me inside, bro. Seriously, that definitely would have been killer. But you're right, man. It's all a part of the human experience. We look back in hindsight and we're like, man, that may have not been the best, but it makes us stronger. We live with it. Yeah, King Cobra. Yeah, exactly. Peppermint schnapps. Oh man, I loved. I was a huge fan of sour apple schnapps. I love sour apple schnapps. You can do the Cobra. Cobra's good. I could do Old E every now. Like if I had to do a malt liquor, I would choose Old E. That seemed to agree with me a lot more than a lot of super cheap beers like that. But of course, you gotta have the good old Rolling Rocks and like Michelob's. It's crazy. It's fun like learning your taste and acquiring your taste for alcohol when you're young like that. It's like we didn't know better. We did not know better at all. Yeah, she's seen better days. Let's go ahead and put this jacket on you. So, those of you that haven't seen An American Werewolf in Paris before, what are you thinking so far? Not that bad, huh? I mean, it's a pretty decent film. It has some laughs in it. Has some pretty cool kills. I think the biggest bonus of this film in 2025 is the 90s aesthetic. I think we've reached that point to where we can really appreciate it. Yeah, I rarely drink anymore because of those days. Every now and then, just to have a cocktail, usually our watch parties. Yeah, that's how it is. Like, we got to treat our bodies a lot better. We're definitely not as young as we used to be. So, having that time to just enjoy a good cocktail, like, literally the most that I've drunk in a while was at the Hunt. But that was partially because of Mardi Gras. So it was a pretty lively crowd. I was in a very good mood after, enjoying Trans World. And then there were very cheap drinks that were made very well. So that definitely helps out a lot. The CGI is worse than you remember. Yeah, the CGI is definitely the biggest negative in regards to, how it's aged. But the werewolves still look pretty cool, though. I'll give them that. Love the corpses. Pure comedy. Yeah, I've always enjoyed the corpses. You gotta go 2 out of 4 stars, so that's being nice. But stoked to actually give it a real chance. Yeah, I would say 2 out of 4. If you're going on to 4 stars, 2 out of 4 is probably the average that most people would be willing to give it, especially if they give it a real chance. Oh, that looks so weird. Yeah, that would make such an interesting trip back. Like, man, I just went to get some groceries. Extremely different from London, right? Way, way different. It's like with London, when you're laughing for all of the right reasons. But with this one, you're laughing at it for reasons. And we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I like to see it on the train. Uh, they just put it at like the worst time. Let's see. My high school boyfriend snuck in my window. My mom heard him cough, came in, and dragged him out the front door. Oh my god. Oh, Ghostface. Talk about embarrassing. Oh my gosh. But you unlocked the core memory. I have to tell you the story. Hold on. Let me see whatever everyone else is saying. I'm a little behind catching up. No worries at all, Ghostface. Yeah, it is a solid pick by Bumper, right? I'm amazed that paperback didn't rip. The paper bag. I know, right? Like that was a very strong bag. Like they triple bagged that one. Oh, Ghostface. That is so funny. I had a near miss with my high school sweetheart twice with sneaking over her house. And of course she okay. In her house she lived on the second floor. So I was snuck in pretty easily. So we're hanging out and stuff like that. And her dad knocked on the door. I forgot what it was for or whatever. But she was like, my dad never comes up to my room, but he just randomly decided to then. And he decided he wanted to hang out. So I'm literally hiding, hoping, praying that her 6'4", 260 pound father doesn't find me in his daughter's room. And needless to say, I'm thankful for counting my lucky stars that I wasn't caught. But there was another time that was very close where I actually had to jump out of her second story window. And thankfully it was over like a flower bed type thing. So um it broke my fall pretty nicely. But wow, teenage shenanigans, right? My dad came in my room yelling my name once when me and my girlfriend were in the closet getting it on. I mean, it's funny to think about those times, especially like being the dad of a 10-year old, just knowing like, oh man, my time to be on the parent end of that is coming sooner than later. It's like, give me more of that juice. I like to think that this is the allegory for juicing in baseball in the 90s. Yeah, second floor. Yeah. Oh, the room in the basement. Oh my goodness. That's very convenient. Yeah, I know. Like my anxiety, like gets up just thinking about like all the close calls that I had as a kid. Like that's so funny to think about those moments. Oh no. Got you now. Is that Francis like equivalent to the guardian angels? Is Francis guardian angels? They wear black. I'm guessing. Like this is my first time actually noticing those guys. That's definitely a blast from the past. Who remembers the guardian angels of like New York City? Yeah, it feels like forever ago, right? Tell me about it. It was my first time seeing them too. Incredibly bad luck. Several full moons later. All right, guys, you gotta go, 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 go. And you couldn't have a more '90s ending to this. Uh oh. There are like so many concussions within this group of people. Oh, the World Trade Center. As if we weren't just talking about 9/11 earlier. Yeah, I know. Total Spider Man ending. Uh oh. It's like, better hold on tight. Yeah, that's awesome. They're trying to recommend The Gate to me next. Not tonight, guys. Not tonight. Maybe another week. All right, guys. Awesome. That was great for our first feature, An American Werewolf in Paris. All right, let me grab the link for Poultrygeist, and I will include that into the link. And of course, we're going to have a quick intermission so everyone can get back set. All right, guys, just included the link. Yeah, that's a fun watch, guys. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it, especially those of you that have never seen it before. It's a pretty decent watch. Yeah, definitely a good pick bumper. And next up, we will have Poultrygeist, which was picked by one of our longtime travelers, Tony. So that is very cool. Yes, yes. Very, very good one. And that's what I'm enjoying about doing the requests, or not necessarily requests, but letting you guys choose the film because we get to actually put you on the spot a little bit and just see, all right, what's going to be the film that you choose. So it's always fun. Yeah, it's a nice dichotomy to Paris. Nice, nice. uh, Ghostface says she's backwards. Oh man. All right, y'all. So what time is it? It is 11:23. All right, guys, let's start the next film at 30 minutes past the hour. So I will let everyone get set up and we'll play some more 80s horror trailers. All right, let me. Da, 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 da. Alrighty. Get this set. Okay, guys, and I will be back very shortly.
3 times before, you have felt the terror, known the madness, lived the horror. But this is the one you've been screaming for. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Jason is back. He moves like a shadow, dark and silent.
Sorry you changed your mind?
He never utters a word. He doesn't even seem to breathe.
Where the hell's the corkscrew?
He simply, mindlessly, mercilessly kills. But now, Jason's reign of terror is over. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Jason's unlucky day.
All right, guys. I'm back. Bit early, but we're still going to continue at 30 past the hour. All right, guys. Can't wait for Poultrygeist. It's going to be fun. I'm all for films I haven't seen before, so it's going to be fun. Man. Let's see what everyone's saying. Let me catch up. Oh, you're working out, Ghostface? Oh, wow. So you're working out at TCCK was doing a bit of a project that he was working on. Very nice. The Travelers are definitely doing some multitasking tonight, so I'm all here for it. Tony's lifting beersies. That's a lot of hard work, man, especially with a broken arm. Oh, no judgment here, Ghostface. You will definitely have deserved some refreshments after a nice workout session. You got Poultrygeist on DVD, and oh yeah, he showed me that poster. That poster looks very cool. And your band used to cover the theme song? Okay, cool. So I'll be on the lookout for the theme song. Ghostface new boyfriend snuck in to work out. Yeah, I know, right? Carried through many workout sessions. Hey, I know how that can be. So just to be something to have on in the background while the pain of a workout session is going on, that definitely means a lot to me. So all right, guys, we're less than a minute away. Let's go ahead and make sure we're queued up for Poultrygeist. I'm incredibly excited about this new movie. So this is going on the Letterboxd along with American Werewolf in Paris. So I'm loving adding these entries to the Letterboxd as well. Thanks to you guys. And it breaks up the monotony of having to choose the films myself sometimes. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put it on you guys. All right, press play, guys. Well, I'm glad that I can lean on the Travelers, though. You guys are fantastic for that. Trauma. Gotta love some trauma goodness. Three V's. All right, that's what we're here for. Yeah. Literally 30 seconds in, and this is exactly what we're looking for in the disgraceful double features. 84, that was a good year. I wonder who may have been born in that year. Oh, this dude. Come on, get it together, man. Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms. Definitely the three V's. You gotta work that bra. Yay! This kid totally looks like Elliot from Terrifier. I swear, I was thinking the same thing. Okay, Bumper. Okay, you're right there in my mind, right there. It's like this dude could totally be Elliot's dad. A bit distracted. Oh, lost one in there. Aw, left a treat there. I know, right? This is totally unhinged. I'm loving it. One of Uncle Lloyd's best? All right. Wow. Death by pegging. I can't say that I've ever seen that in a horror film. Wow. Thanks, Tony. Y- yeah. This is exactly what we needed, Tony. I'm loving this. Yeah, no Fist of Fury, right? Oh, wow. All of that before the title screen. That lets me know that we are really in for a ride. Trauma Hawk Tribe. Okay. American Chicken Bunker. Yeah, that distinct trauma look. It's just unmistakable. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if he has a credit in this. Collegiate lesbians against. Oh, I gotta see that sign. Hold on. Gives megalomaniacs. I'm guessing. Let me see. Hold on. I mean, obviously, I'm seeing that. Yeah. Okay. Mega conglomerations. Okay. That sign that says that was my father. Oh, Wendy. Wendy's involved, huh? Wendy's really found herself. That's the cool thing about trauma. It's like you can end up being an extra. Oh, there you go. The boob count has now officially reached 4, and we're only like 7 minutes in. This is good pace. He kept that finger. That finger changed his life. Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I've been to Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge has a very popular pizza spot called Big Ed's Pizza. Oh, so you did work on this? Okay, cool, cool. He's definitely he's definitely trauma stamped, that's for sure. Oh man. So, oh, down another pint. Yeah, Bumper did call it. So I'm looking forward to seeing the effects. And I'll show you. Show them all. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I would so love to be an extra in the trauma film. Shout out to Jenna Jameson. He does a lot of horror porn type movies with weird comedy. Yeah, like they were just absolutely perfect for Cinemax, and therefore a platform like Tubi. So here's the first song. There's a few. It's not quite a musical, but still. Meeting Jenna at 17, my goodness, that was life changing. I didn't meet Jenna. I met Jenna not last year, maybe the year before last in Houston. This is when she was still with her wife before they got separated or divorced now. You're surprised this is even on Tubi? I wonder if I have my. Yeah, she is very short. That finger. Yeah, like this is like Cinemax was definitely where I earned my trauma stripes. Cinemax and USA. Of course, USA was the more censored versions, but when I could get them on Cinemax as opposed to USA, that was always fun. Cause seeing the Toxic Avenger edited while still fun is doing yourself a bit of a disservice. All right, nah, perfect, perfect, Ghostface. That's what we're going for. See, never feel bad about your pick. This is what we're going for on Tuesdays. We can feel free to be a little bit more silly. It doesn't necessarily have to, be straight horror. You know, just as long as you think, it's something a little bit outside of the box, a bit more eclectic. You know, we're all here for it. All right. So I think Ghostface solidified her pick. You really missed the trauma train growing up. Man, I feel lucky to see the ones that I did see. Like I did see a lot of earlier trauma. Um, I didn't see a lot of trauma. I would say post 96, 97. But stuff pre 96, 97, I saw a lot of that. Just fun, trashy, East Coast fun. It was really cool how what Uncle Lloyd was able to do with trauma. Like there was no way that he should have been able to do all the stuff that he was able to do. But it just goes to show where there's a will, there's a way, and I mean, it should always be a testament to filmmakers. Let's see. Tony says you almost picked Studio 666, but I'm like, nah, man, not gritty enough for the crew. Maybe something down the line, exactly, man. Like I said, we'll have plenty of chances for you guys to add some movies to the Disgraceful double features. Oh yes, I remember that episode. Yeah. I wonder if that's on YouTube. That should definitely be on YouTube. Man, Morton Downey. I was watching a Morton Downey documentary maybe last year. Who must? I remember seeing the clip of this part. I've never seen this entire movie, but I remember seeing this clip. Yeah, you definitely found your people, Ghostface. We are drive-in mutants here. Like, this is what we're here for. Get together, watch some crazy films, talk about why we like them, and not feel judged for it. That's the best thing about it. It's like, yeah, I know this is incredibly weird, but I like it. And the fact that you guys get it as well is major. Yeah, so one of us, one of us, one of us. Your dream job is talk show host? Dude, I could totally see you being a talk show host. Pro. You met Run? I've been in the same place as Run, but I never got a chance to meet him. Vein covered eggs. Because your veins, or your eggs are better with veins. Counter girl. A deja vu with your ex. Now that's the story. And now we wait. It's crazy to see Run. Like Run, Run has been around long enough to have errors. Like we have that era of Run, and then we have the current disgraced version of Run. I'm old enough to remember. Well, not firsthand remember, but remember through VHS. Young in shape Run Jeremy in his early days. Oh, Jared. Oh, with the stuff that we found out about Jared. My timestamp is 16 minutes and 32 seconds. Yeah, I know the Jared. Ugh, yuck. Someone would still eat it. But you know what, though? You know there's a worse fast food place out there. Oh, my God. And what's sad is that is the probably the least disgusting thing that Jared has done. Oh man, I hate to hear that he passed, man. Oh God, yeah, I hate to hear he passed. That dude obviously had to be a very good sport. Now, characters, actors that play characters like that are definitely the type of people I would love to have conversations with. Because I want to know. I'm like, okay, did they take a mold of your butt? Was that your actual butt? You know, my ex worked there and said he was coming in for a lingerie show, so I went. This was 2004 though. Before he, yeah, hopefully he did buy a beer. The chicken, Wendy. Only champagne. General Leroy. Hey, no problem at all, Josh. I'm just glad that you're here, buddy. Get stuff done around the house. Hey, no problem at all. As long as you're here hanging out, that's all that matters. Feel free to comment whenever you can. Go, Elliot, go. I swear that dude looks, or Elliot looks just like that dude. because he's older than Elliot, that's for sure. Yeah, this movie is so trauma. This is like exactly what you would expect out of a trauma film. Yeah, we're definitely enjoying this live watch party. At least I am for sure. I'm really enjoying the Tuesday double features. All right, the boob count has went up to 8. Yeah, I'm really excited to check out the remake. I mean, Peter Dinklage being attached to it is so funny. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it. Yeah, I know, right? Like I've heard so many mixed, you know, mixed things in regards to when we're going to get it, how we're going to get it, if we were ever going to get it. So hopefully we will be able to see it this year. Fingers crossed. Arby's about to get some sauce out, but it's not the Arby's sauce they're needing. Also, it will hit theaters this summer. Okay, okay, good. I'm hoping so. That runoff. Well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. You love Arby's so much. I love how Ving Rhames is like the official voice of Arby's. Like Marcellus Wallace is slanging Arby's melts. Oh man, this Jared dude, he's really giving it all. It's all for sure. Oh my god. He's gonna blow. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Wow. I cannot say I have ever seen that in a film before. Yeah, have to clean up that bathroom. He just needs some Pepto, right? Ghostface, I'm at 23 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, that's crazy. That was a crazy effect. I love that. No problem, Ghostface. Oh man. So Jared made me spit my drink up almost. Yeah, Jared went through wow. He went through hell there. The only thing I can say is like knowing that we all have had moments like that at least once, where we're just like, you know what, I may die. I may not make it out of this alive. So it was very nice to see that Jarrett made it out on the other side. My first job was at Taco Bell. I love cleaning the bathrooms because I would take forever and milk it. Oh yeah, I did the same thing. You gotta take extra time if you're cleaning the bathrooms. This is a fun movie. This is a really fun film. And I think that's the thing about trauma films is that you just gotta have fun with it. You can't take yourself too serious doing a trauma film. Getting the salad tossed. Yeah, it makes me wonder who wrote the songs because it's very hard to do a funny song but also make it good. Because yeah, of course it's just like, okay, we could do the regular trauma thing and just be as silly as possible. But we want to actually make it an enjoyable song that people will want to listen to or look forward to listening to when these parts come up. I love how he just has held on to that finger like a trophy. And she has a pretty decent voice, or at least the voice that they're using, because she could be lip syncing. You think Lloyd has something to do with the music lyrically, at least? Okay. Which one, Bumper? They brought out like 8 pairs. Great picks tonight, as per usual. Yeah, they were very great choices. Thanks a lot, Bumper and Tony. You think it's the real actor singing? Okay, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking it's the real actors. And loving the Tromeo and Juliet poster back there, of course. But if it is their real voices, she actually has a pretty decent voice. Now, this is the type of body positivity that I'm into. Just like, oh, all shapes and sizes. Just living in choreographed harmony. What's there not to like? This is like such the right amount of cheese. Oh, you've never heard of Poultrygeist, Ghostface? I've heard of it, but had never seen it beyond some of the more infamous clips, like the "So angry I could explode" part. I've seen that part numerous times. But this is really good. This is way better than I expected it to be. Like if I had known that this was going to be this good, I would have seen this like years ago. You think you discovered it like 19 years ago when I was learning trauma songs to cover in my band? Yeah, these are really good songs. Like seriously, so I could see why this one would have why your band would do the theme. Oh, 10 years ago. It's like good for you, Denny. Denny Danny. Denny Danny Fanny. Chicken 316. Message. That reminds me of for those of you who have seen "Don't Be a Menace While Drinking Your well, don't be a menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood." It just makes me think of like the message part with Keenan at Ivory Wayans. You want some fried chicken so bad? That sounds really good right about now. Especially to soak up some good alcohol. Got it on VHS? Yeah, that's a good one. I have my cool connection to Don't Be a Menace is that was the first ever thing that I bought on CD. I bought the soundtrack to Don't Be a Menace on compact disc, and that was my first ever CD. Yeah, Ashtray. Do we have a problem? You got a stupid ad? I'm 32 minutes and 33 seconds. Yeah, you never forget the first CD. The first CD is like a major, major step because cassettes still had a little bit of time left, but you could kind of see that it's just like, man, I want to see what these CDs are about. I've had a little bit of time, going to like Tower Records and listening to all the different CDs and things like that. So that was very cool. But I finally have received a CD player for Christmas. And then shortly after, I spent some Christmas money and I bought that soundtrack. I don't know why I chose that soundtrack more than anything, but it was just like, okay, let's just go with that. Yeah, the signs are awesome. It reminds me of an old school wrestling show. It's like you want to read the signs. Yeah, Green Day Dookie, that's a pretty good one to have your first CD as. I purchased, I eventually came across a CD of Green Day Dookie at a flea market in maybe like 2010. I think I got like that, Alice in Chains is Dirt, and a few other CDs for like maybe like $5 a piece. So that was a major score. I still have those CDs. But yeah, you're not going to find any type of CDs or vinyl or anything for cheap now. I'm glad that cassettes are starting to make a comeback though. So I've been buying a few horror soundtracks on cassette. I actually need to go ahead and buy like a boombox now. Chumbawamba. Oh, Chumbawamba was your first one, Ghostface? Nice. And the back still has Ernie from Sesame Street by it. Okay, cool. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Speaking of which, have you seen the film Y2K Ghostface? There's a cool Chumbawamba reference in that movie. That was actually a better film than I expected it to be, Y2K. I think you guys will probably enjoy it too. Don't expect it to be the best film, but it's more so a good nostalgia trip, like to the days of like stuff that only we would remember because we lived through it. So it was pretty cool. Let's see. Bumper says, "Damn, I can't remember my first CD, but my first cassette was No Rest for the Wicked by Ozzy." Now that's major. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what my first cassette was. My first cassette was, I think my first cassette was, if I'm not mistaken, I think my first cassette was probably Doggy Style. And it took a lot of pleading to get my mom to buy it because the woman at the record store tried to hate on me so bad because, of course, these were the days of the parental advisory sticker meaning more than nowadays. So she was just full on, well, are you sure that you want to buy this for your son because it could have this? And I'm like, lady, don't hate on me. I want to get the CD. I mean, not the CD, but this cassette. That was the early pressing before they deleted Ernie. Okay. Yep, and Aqua. All right. Yeah. I remember Aqua too. Yeah. CKY2K was great. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those CKY tapes. The first cassette I remember owning was a bootleg of Nightmare on My Street when I was 6 or 7. Oh man, Nightmare on My Street was so awesome. I'm glad that they finally recovered that music video after like forever. I remember seeing that music video as a kid, and the fact that it was a bit of lost media for a while until somebody found it, like maybe like this is like maybe like 5 or 7 years ago. See, no, I haven't seen Y2K. I looked it up, and it was released in 2024. Yes, it was just released recently. So, it's basically like the concept of the movie is like what everyone expected to happen with Y2K. Like the computers were going to start attacking us and things wreaking havoc. It's a fun little horror film. I recommend checking it out, especially if you lived through the Y2K era. It was a lot of fun to see a lot of those fashions and references, especially to the music. Like the references to the music, because that's my era of being in high school and everything. So, um, I had to give it maybe a extra half point to a full point just based on the nostalgia. But that's a good thing. I enjoyed it. Your first cassette was the single Regulators. Oh, that's a good one. Now that one's a classic. I have a lot of memories around that one. Like I think my first time ever being in Ohio was around the time that Regulators was hot, and I remember dancing with my cousins in my uncle's living room to Regulators, like a big group of us kids. So man, it's just fun to just think about like cool little memories attached to stuff like that. Such a great song, great sample, everything. Get that Michael McDowell. You made a video for Regulators. Nice. I can't forget. Oh, you play Ultimate Frisbee? Nice, nice. Love Uncle Lloyd. Regulators, mount up. I mean, you gotta love Uncle Lloyd. I mean, the fact that he never takes himself serious at all. The fact that he's a grown ass man in essentially a Girl Scout uniform sized to fit a grown man. Gotta love it. Beaks and claws. You know that's German style Luft waffles. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious. I haven't checked out his social media posts. I have to check it out. Everyone's social media posts have gotten very weird as of late. That's why I just try to like stay to my horror corner of social media for the most part. But I'll check it out. You know what? I had a crazy thought. I was watching for a YouTube channel that it has a focus for musical theater. I'm a little bit of a musical theater nerd in some ways. So this is why I don't mind the musical segments of this at all. I really enjoy it. But they were talking about Little Shop of Horrors. And of course, if you guys don't know, the off Broadway show, Little Shop of Horrors, um, the creators, Howard Ashman, and they went on to basically start the renaissance for Disney. And I was just like, wow, because they went on from doing Little Shop of Horrors to doing The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and making those iconic songs for those movies. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking, wow. So basically, Roger Corman, basically through the butterfly effect, ended up saving Disney. And also, as a negative benefit of that, Disney now owns Star Wars. So it's so crazy, the butterfly effect. Like Roger Corman deciding he's going to produce this film over 2 days that inspires an iconic off-Broadway show that becomes an iconic movie that ends up saving Disney and creating its golden era. Super crazy. Bless you, Roger Corman. Bless you. He's going super left, which is weird because I prefer freedom of speech and will die for it. Yeah, we live in some really strange times. I'm all for people just trying to stay a little bit grounded in things, like not trying to go too extreme in one way or the other. Yeah, but I'll have to check it out. That's why I'm like, everyone's coping with stuff in different ways. So that's why I try to like not watch too much of like Damien Howard Thornton's like social media stuff. So it's like, all right, well, I love you professionally, and I'll let you have your politics. That's how I am with all of my friends. Like, I have a really eclectic mix of friends, and their views can be very varying. So, I just feel like, hey, as long as you're a good person, you're cool, and I don't have to be bombarded with how you feel about stuff. I'll tolerate it. I'm so happy I don't have social media anymore. Just Snapchat. Yeah, for real. That's how it is, man. We got to protect our sanity nowadays. Because we live in an age nowadays where, unfortunately, people want to live in an echo chamber. People just want to hear the same stuff that they spout out back to them. And, growing up in the 80s and 90s, we could have friends that disagreed with us on certain things. Like, I can think Coke is better than Pepsi, and you can think Pepsi's better than Coke, and we can still remain friends. We could just agree to not disagree. We can just agree to disagree on that, and things can remain cordial. And it's just so hard nowadays. A lot of things have pitted a lot of people against each other, and people don't see, the strings being pulled. So I just tell people, hey, man, don't, you know, cut stuff off with your friends or your family because of, things going on in the world nowadays. But hey, that's enough of that soapbox. Let's get to some Poultrygeist. Yeah, Corman is a legend. I mean, the sheer amount of people that Roger Corman has helped as far as directors, giving people their starts, that's definitely the way things should be in the industry. Like Roger Corman is like, look, I'm gonna let you direct a movie. I'm gonna give you $15 and a pack of Roman noodles, a pack of ramen noodles, and you're just gonna have to make it work. And he started the careers of so many people. I love that. Yeah, it's all about understanding the difference. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I've never really understood that. Like, even going back to like when I was a kid, like how people can really get so caught up and passionate with stuff like that, where it's just like, dude, you don't. It's for me. I've always seen it as like wrestling. You know, yeah, a lot of people have to keep up kayfabe, but at the end of the day, no matter who you see as the heel or who you see as the face, they're still going to hang out together at the end of the day and have dinner and beer together and talk about how stressful their day was in the office. So the fact that, the people that we think are enemies actually enjoy each other more than, a lot of people are treating their actual friends and family is crazy to me. I like Coke till I don't, then I like Pepsi till I don't, and then go back to Coke. I'm the same way. I'm all about it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't do too much social media now that can't do too much social media nowadays. Like people have really taken the fun out of it. Yeah, well, Discord counts now too. Discord counts now too. You have a great horror family that you can hang out with and vibe with, and it's nothing but good vibes. Yeah, exactly. And watching Poultrygeist, right? I love that, guys. My guys, I can't believe how much I'm really enjoying this film. Well, I can believe it, but like, I'm so surprised at like really how good this is. You've never had a sloppy Joe, Tony? Dude, you came up in the 80s and 90s and never had a sloppy Joe? Dude, that's awesome. But also, you definitely need to have one. There's some there's some pretty good hacks with sloppy joes. Oh man, we got to get you a sloppy joe, dude. And it's cool because like you could totally like spruce up a sloppy joe in different ways. Like the sloppy joes that we had as kids, pretty bare bones. The ground beef, seasoned, throw in the sloppy joe stuff, put it on the bun. And then people realized, like, hey, we could throw cheese, like some either sliced or shredded cheese on the sloppy joe and add that. Or we could get better meat. Let's add some Angus. Let's add some bison. Bison sloppy joes. Oh, man. That's next level. I highly recommend bison sloppy joes. You know what? How sweet it is can really depend on the type that you get. There's different sloppy Joe companies that you get it from. I normally go with Manwich. Manwich really isn't as sweet. There's other companies that you can go with, and I think those are a little bit sweeter. Yo, you made sloppy joes tonight, Ghostface? We need to send some of those over to Tony. What a coincidence, right? That's crazy. Adam Sandler wrote a song about sloppy joes. I did not know that. Yeah, yeah. Sandler's definitely one of those guys for sure. Speaking of him, I actually really need to see what was that film that he came out with? Was it Rare Gems? I always have heard how good that film was, but they're just like it's like an anxiety inducing roller coaster ride. So they're just like, if you're someone that just doesn't want to deal with like two hours and 15 minutes of anxiety, you have to prepare yourself for it. So I'm just like, okay, I have to watch that in the right mindset. But I've heard that's a really good film. What the hell happened to me was the best. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's such a coincidence that Ghostface made, Sloppy Joe's. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to stay focused on this section at 50 minutes and 33 seconds. That's absolutely bonkers. Yeah, I heard some good things about Rare Gems, but not something you watch more than once. Okay, okay. Yeah, I figured I want to watch it to see Julia Fox look very, very nice. Okay, so I'll definitely have to check it out. She's a cool Canadian. Yeah, you got to help me. Yeah, you definitely have a mangled dick. We're gonna have to call Felissa Rose in regards to this. Yeah, this very much reminds me of like street trash, like that whole street trash vibe. There's a lot of rectal penetration in this film. Sorry, guys, allergies. That's so funny. The shish kebab psychos. Yeah, definitely the shish kebab psychos. Oh man, if only I knew to invest in Google, that totally would have been the lick. Yeah, this is totally a wild movie, and I'm all here for it. Just gonna start ditties. Oh yeah, I didn't think it out that far. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just get the whole family together and watch this. Mop shoved up the butt. It does not. Yeah, that doesn't register. Oh my gosh! And then you gotta love the food reference names. You got Denny's, Carl Jr., Wendy, Arby's. I mean, to be honest, I've eaten at probably worse restaurants in regards to the health rating. I mean, so I'm with you on that, Tony. I mean, it's places like those that usually have like the best like cooks working there. It totally reminds me of our southern staple Waffle House. Like your Waffle House experience isn't going to be up to par unless there's a good fight. Unless when you drive up to the Waffle House, your server isn't outside smoking a cigarette already. But you let them know when you pull up, like, no, 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 no. Finish your cigarette. Just meet me inside. Because I want you in a good mood. Go ahead and finish that square. I know you need it. When you come inside, we'll take care of it then. I'd also recommend the Clubhouse Sloppy Joe seasoning. Ooh. Looks like one of those taco seasoning packages. Okay. I've never used those before, Ghostface, but I'll check that out. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have that garlic. Gotta have that garlic. Just add that extra flavor to it. Free chicken. All right. uh, it's like, all right. Yeah, we're catching on. The chicken is reaching the masses. You need some, yeah, American chicken bunker. I love how that fly is just like swarming around. She looks like a Beth out singer for a non-bar. Oh yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? Hey, everyone's enjoying it. Chicken herpes. I just know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know this movie, Ghostface. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like this is, yeah, this is probably the most trauma movie. Like I could totally like see this as being a good introduction to someone that has never seen a trauma film. So yeah, this would be a good introduction to the madness. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's like the crystal things in gum. So it just adds more flavor. It's a work. So you consider this Lloyd's masterpiece? I can see why. Like this has a little bit of everything that you would come to expect from a trauma film. Like just completely out there, but it has the heart because trauma has a lot of heart. You know, it has the insensitivity because it has to be a hallmark for trauma. Everyone gets picked on with trauma. Um, Nudity. Um, Great special effects. Got to have that. Yeah, and a budget. Yeah, they totally have put some money in this. Like those special effects don't come cheap. Yeah, so many gross out scenes. Oh my god, the toilet aliens. Yeah, that one is jeez, I know what you're talking about. That was freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is a Stephen King one. It's the one where they're like, hold on. That is so freaking funny. Any other time it would be on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. That is Dreamcatcher. Yeah, that's right, Bumper. Dreamcatcher. That's it, guys. Yeah, I've only seen that one time. But that's a film that you don't forget. You're just like, wow. I think I may have seen it all after that. Yeah, Dreamcatcher. Definitely check out Dreamcatcher, Tony. That is it's funny how Ghostface basically said that she was like, that's not an accurate description, by the way, but it turned out being the perfect description at the same time. Stephen King, toilet aliens, and it jogged enough for me to know exactly what you were talking about. And obviously, Bumper was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Like, Bumper, you're talking about people that have seen the Langoliers multiple times. So that's probably scraping the bottom of the barrel. So, I mean, the bad Stephen King stuff is as good as the good Stephen King stuff. Like, I would love to watch the Langoliers and Sleepwalkers and Dream Catchers. Like, yeah, those are good. Stephen Queen. They're just like, well, I mean, maybe. I mean, he can't use Richard Bachman anymore, so maybe he's just running out of ideas. He wants to save his brain. It's like, all right, Stephen Queen. Let's make it a bit easier. Yeah, Sleepwalkers. Oh, I love Sleepwalkers so much. Oh my gosh. Like I will defend that movie to the death. And didn't Mick Garris direct that, guys? I can't remember if Mick Garris directed that one or not. I saw it once as a kid, long before your sense of humor had fully developed. Yeah, you got to have the sense of humor to decipher that for sure. Yeah, it's probably time to watch it again. I gotta see if it's streaming. Oh my gosh, all the vomit and everything. that's a quite that's a crazy quote. What the hell did I just drop? I may have to add that into my normal vocabulary. Oh yeah, so you're seeing what I'm seeing exactly. This is crazy. Yeah, I may have to get a physical copy of this. Yeah, this is a good movie. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this is crazy. I absolutely love this. Yeah, you know what? I know the eggs that you're talking about. I don't think I could ever do those, Anthony. Oh man, this movie is crazy. Yeah, that makes me think of like the that scene from Chappelle Show with the making the band skit with Diddy. I just gotta add, well, it's getting good. Of course, it happens with everything's getting really good right now. This movie's just like ramping up all the craziness. Yeah, ad punched. Okay, give me a second. As soon as my ad gets finished, it's like to be new. They're having too much fun. Mm-mm-mm. All right, guys. I don't need you selling me extra stuff that I don't need. It's taking forever right now. All right, guys. Give me 1 second. I am at. All right. What is the timestamp? I'm at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 6 seconds. Man, I'm loving this film, guys. Okay. Give me a second. Arby's just been through it today. I'm at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 20 seconds. Yeah, I don't think they will have DVDs. I should be able to find a good DVD for this. I may be able to find it at a con coming up sometime soon. Cause I'm, oh my god! Now this is crazy. Now what's funny about this is this reminds me of something crazy as hell I would do as a kid. The angry Chicano spirit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these special effects are a lot of fun. Adam Sandler with the gas hose at the beginning of Happy Gilmore. Now that's quite a reference. The chickens have come home to roost. Uh oh. Is it exposition time? Oh yeah, everyone's sitting down. Yeah, it's time for exposition. You gotta love the look of awe that they all have right now. Like how they're still able to eat with like how freaking disgusting everything looks is so funny. See, Tony says, when I was a kid, Rubens were completely. Yeah, yeah. Uh huh. Got it. Kentucky Fried Creatures. So that's what they had to take the chicken out of it. It's like we can't call this chicken anymore. I love how he's just like dangling with the finger. Like, ah! Oh my god. It's like black eyes like a sex doll. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, wow. Oh, that was a crazy decapitation right there. Wow. Wow. These are really wrapping up right now. I mean, they got to portion out the chicken, right? You got to throw them in the deep fryer now. Yeah, I know. There's like no dull moments in this film. They're keeping like the action coming. Also, there's a documentary on this. Okay, on the DVD. I'll just see if they have it on YouTube. They may actually have it on YouTube because I would absolutely love to check out the behind the scenes or the documentary about it. You gotta love the skin, exactly. I love the skin. Chicken skin, with feathers everywhere. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this really just like continuously goes up extra notches. Brain eggs, all right. Yeah, I know, right? You know what? That's funny though. We may actually have to do like one with like the voice chat in the Discord because we could actually hear each other in the Discord room under the voice channel. That would be super funny to do, especially on like a less formal one. Yeah, we may have to do one like on the Discord sometime just to try it out so we can at least hear each other and stuff. Make those jokes. Yeah, I know, right? I would get a bit distracted myself. Those some amazing memories. Yeah, yeah, we can do that in the voice. So we may have to do one sometime where we're just like pick a movie, just hang out, chat. Oh man. Oh, now that's laying the egg, right? Oh, look at the size of those eggs. Oh wow. Yeah, this is crazy budget. Yeah, the budget was incredibly well spent for this movie. And then the fact that we have like 20 more minutes left of this film is just has me very curious to see what else we're going to see. Like, that's crazy. Okay, cool, Bumper. Yeah, that would be fun just to hear everyone's reactions and jokes in live. Oh, sorry, bad aim. Just feathers everywhere. You can stuff a few pillows with that. Hide them with the kids' toy guns. It's like part creature feature, part romantic comedy, part musical, part expose on the greed of corporations. It's a little bit of everything. The budget on this was definitely something. Yeah, for real. Like, I'm definitely going to ask him about this. Got your nose. Oh my god. Blackened Cajun chicken. That's freaking hilarious. Oh yeah. I'm glad to know that Tom Devlin did work on this. Like, I would absolutely love to know his memories from this, and especially like what particular effects that he worked on in particular. It didn't take that long. Oh, there you go. Smart thinking. '25 years of my life. It's like I'm you in the future. So does that mean that Elliot from Terrifier is going to end up looking like Uncle Lloyd when he gets into his elder years? I'm guessing that's a yes. They're like, I guess, yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? This is what the world should be about, coming together. Yeah, seriously. Like, this took a lot of work to come and make this, you know, vision actually come to the screen. So, I mean, I really appreciate, I always say that I appreciate people's hard work that they put into the movies that we see, but you really see it on screen here. Like, this took a lot of work. And, that's why I don't really understand when people really go out of their way to crap on a movie. It's just like, well, it may not have been your humor. You may not have necessarily, felt connected to it, but you can't deny that a lot of people work hard on stuff like this. Yeah, exactly. Like all of these extras, like just to think of like having to be under special effects makeup to look like a chicken human hybrid. Oh yeah, that movie location was never the same after that. It's kind of like that saying where they tell people never let a movie crew rent out your house or use your house for that exact same reason. It's like, where's Katie? Oh, there you go. Problem solved. Cockadoodle doom. And you know what? This is why people should always go about, pursuing their dreams. Because if this film could be made, you could make any type of film out there. Also, this is the song, Tony. Oh, there you go. It's like, that's the answer. So you basically just got to give them some Viper from Street Trash. And this is what happens. Know why the chicken died? It took me a few times to watch it to realize the ABC was built on the burial ground. Oh yeah, yeah, I did catch that at the beginning. But I could totally see how it could be easy to be mixed because there's so much going on in this film. Like it's very tight though. Like we've mentioned, like the pace of this is moving. It hardly stalls. So it could be pretty easy to miss pieces of information if you're not paying attention, or if you're enjoying watching this with a group of friends. When you just called me, she's always bugging me to get married and stuff. But I like that though. I like the fact that it doesn't just go at a snail's pace. Like literally within 30 seconds, we were getting straight to it. You know what? While not necessarily being the most elaborate designs, I actually kind of like the creature designs in this. It's a pretty cool chicken human hybrid look. I think they did a good job with this. Oh, oh. Oh my god. Yeah, this was totally be like one of the perfect movies to watch at the late night portion of the convention. Like how like Texas Frightmare will do like a film at like 10 o'clock at night or at midnight just for people to hang out, get drunk, and have some laughs. This is totally that type of vibe. Duh. That's quite an insult. You choking the chicken. I was like, yeah, he's choking the chicken. It's also got a second wind to it. Oh no, I get what you mean. Where things have just been going so fast, and then it finally gets to that point where you can kind of breathe for a bit, and then you're ready for the absolute finale of the film. Uncle Lloyd was obviously having a lot of fun with this too. Oh, she's hulking out. Oh, she's yoked up. Right, exactly. This movie is just madness. Like just when you're thinking like, what else can they give me? There's no way they can top what they just gave me. Like seriously, like this may be the most rewatchable trauma film I've ever seen. This has a lot of rewatch value because I need to go back to appreciate some of the previous effects because everything gets ramped up to where you're just like, wow, the next effect was better than the last one, but you still want to appreciate the last one. So yeah, this definitely has a lot of rewatch value. Yeah, that eyebrow effect was pretty cool. Like people could probably put up a list of like your top five favorite effects from this film, and everyone's list could be so completely different because there's so many effects and they're all so different. Yeah, she does kind of have a little bit of a young Judy Garland look to her. Yeah, yeah, there you go. So you took care of it. There you go. Message. Yeah, she definitely has a bit of a Judy Garland look to her. And the fact that she was in this role that, required acting and singing. It's very cool. Chia. Uh oh. The dude in the wheelchair has me dying. And then not only that, but she's wearing ponytails almost. I mean, similar to Dorothy's in The Wizard of Oz. So very good catch, Ghostface. Yeah. Also, he finally came across Katie. It's like, this is a neg. I could be wrong, but I want to say her or the other chick has some beef with the movie. Oh, really? Oh, I have to do some research into that. One thing I love hearing about lore in regards to movies. So if someone has a gripe with someone else on the film or the way the movie was made on set, I love hearing stuff like that. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know, right, Ghostface? I'm like, oh, you got some tea here. But it's so nice for the chicken to give them the time to express their emotions. It's like, places to be. Oh no, that's deep. That's deep. Even if that man that you chose is a woman. For anyone that needs a time step, I'm at 1 hour, 31 minutes, 14 seconds. For one, I just wonder about the kid, the little girl. Like kids that get roles on films like this, I just really wonder how do they sell this to their parents? Like, hey, this is the type of film that we're going to get your kids SAG card on. It's like, welcome to the union, kiddo. All the little girls. Okay, that would make sense. Uh oh, you got some rumblings going. You got the bubble guts. Uh oh. Man, these effects. I am highly impressed. Yeah, for real. Like, Paco Bell. This is it. You gotta fight. Done for your right. It's like, wait a second. It's like, that was you the entire time? Right, right. Definitely. Yeah, I really want. I'm so interested in knowing in regards to the filming locations and everything. Like they had to have like scrubbed everything. Like I just pressure wash everything. 72 Virginians. No, it's just drunk. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of my uncle that loved to offer me a beer every chance he got at like family events. It's like, hey, you want to taste a little bit of this Budweiser? And of course, being a little kid, I'm just like, yeah, sure. Not ready for the acquired taste of beer. Yeah, no, this is really good. Oh, all's well that ends well. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's how it is. First sip has to come from my uncle that may be a bit toasted himself. Is just like, well, you're my sister's son, so I should be able to offer you whatever alcohol I want to do or something like that. So that was pretty similar to my experience, my first beer experience. Wow, this was so freaking fun. Man, guys. This is so funny. Got a dance scene right during the credits. Man, they really spared no expense. So someone's just swinging a tree branch past the window. I'm like totally enjoying watching this. Like normally I would click off during the credits by now, but no, I'm enjoying seeing the chickens dance. Yeah, this was fun. This is definitely a fun. Um, if I had to rate it out of 5 stars, this is definitely going 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars for sure. This is way better than it had any right to be. There is absolutely no reason for this to have been as good. Oh wow, they're really recommending me Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD, which is another fun one. Oh, I love that. Oh, speaking of, you know what? There's another one that I'm going to have to add on one of these watch parties whenever I get back to choosing one, and I can't wait to do that one. I'm gonna keep it secret, but I know Tony's definitely gonna dig it. So we'll get there eventually. Man, Poultrygeist, that really was a lot of fun. I'm really happy about that. Awesome picks tonight, Bumper and Tony. Absolutely fantastic picks, fellas. And next week, of course, our picks will be done by Ghostface and Vero. So it'll be Ladies' Night and the Disgraceful Double Features Live Watch Party number 3. Uh, Vero had basically had some films that she was thinking of going with, but she's going to narrow it down. I know Vero definitely had some good selections for sure. So we're gonna deliberate a little bit more in regards to that. You still have some time to get with me in regards to your selection, Ghostface. I'm gonna send you an ad request and a message so that you'll know where to send it to me whenever you're ready to go ahead and let me know which film you're wanting to do. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a good one for sure. Yeah, that's what I like about the double features, where they're very fun and they're slightly different, but they all have the same spirit of just like fun watches. Something that people are really going to enjoy. I'm thinking it's going to be next Tuesday, so I'm liking the back to back nights. So we'll continue to do those for the time being, unless something schedule wise comes up to where I may have to adjust it by a day or so. But so far the ladies have until Friday to get their picks in, and then we will go ahead and do the movies on Tuesday for the Disgraceful double feature picks. Oh man, it was a lot of fun tonight, guys. I'm so glad that you are here with me, enjoying the awesome, time watching these fun movies, enjoying some good drinks and having a good meal. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get the Trans World video out tomorrow. I'm going to get up early. I've been feeling better with each passing day, so I'm assuming I'll be as close to 100% tomorrow as possible, and I'll just go ahead and get that all squared away. You don't want to go to sleep, Tony? I feel you on that, man. Uh, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it, guys. I may actually try to do like another live stream this week, but we're just most mainly just talk about horror. So we'll keep it a bit loosey goosey, not like a particular watch party, but more so just whatever's on your mind. Just the whole gumbo thing. Just talk about whatever. in regards to horror and what's going on. So stay on the lookout for that. That may be towards the weekend. But my next thing that I have to pump out is that Trans World video. So go ahead and do that. We need a triple feature at least twice a year. Hey, I'm down for that, Tony. We can definitely do a triple feature. Maybe somewhere, maybe like during the weekend or something. Maybe do a triple feature and just make a day of it, just hanging out and vibing. I'm totally down with that. But yeah, man, we'll make it a whole event. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a major pleasure. Yeah, maybe just start it early. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Either weekends or just started a bit earlier. Just give us a little bit more time to vibe in. We'll probably try to figure out, which day probably works best for people. I wouldn't mind doing it a little bit earlier so that the people on the East Coast can, join us before, it gets a bit too late on their side. Yeah, we'll definitely run it by in the Discord chat and everything and put up a poll here on YouTube. And we'll just get it all together. But yeah, guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with me tonight. I can't express to you how much it means to me, guys. Like, you guys are the best. Like, seriously. Well, travelers, that will do it for me here tonight on the Horror Green Book's Disgraceful Double Features Live Watch Party number 2. I look forward to number 3 next week when Vero and Ghostface will choose the films. Travelers, remember, it's scary in those streets. So let me know that you made it home safely. Good night, travelers.